Welcome everybody to the Voices podcast. And tonight my guest is Mac Lynch, and I just want to tell him how I met you. I met you through Facebook on my sister's Facebook page, and I made friends with you, and I drifted around on your page a little bit, and I noticed that you and I were basically from the same general area in North Carolina. You from a town? Let me make sure I pronounce this right, 'cause I know the last time on a pre-call, Castilla. That's in Nash County, North Carolina. Is
It,
that
it,
correct?
it is. However, I grew up in Franklin County, but Castilla is in Nash County.
Okay.
You know how it goes down there. The mailman determines what address you got.
Okay. All right. I got you. So actually that's Franklin County. Uh,
Yeah,
on the
it's outside of Lewisburg.
yeah west side of Lewisburg. I think when I looked it up on
Outside
the
of
map.
Lewisburg.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I kind of noticed that you and I are same area. Although I think let's see, I'm you about what 10 years older than me, I believe.
I'm 76 years old.
You 76, yeah, and I'll be 68 this year. And I noticed you were in the Air Force. Spent what 26 years was it?
Yes, 26 years.
26 years in the Air Force, and that kind of interested me when I saw that because one of the things I wanted to talk with you about was let's see, you went in and what was it about 65, I believe, right?
1965, right
65.
out of high school.
Yeah, and that was during segregation time and all of that. So, and I wanted to know
Uh,
what it was like during that time. But for you in the military. But we're gonna get to that. But first of all, what I'd like for you to do is introduce me and the audience to to yourself again. Because I probably left some stuff out, and let you start talking.
well, no, like you said, name's Mac Lynch. I grew up in rural Franklin County, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Uh, went to I went to a segregated school.
Okay.
Uh, in fact, I think it integrated 2 years after I got out of high school.
Okay.
Actually, what happens was they closed that school and integrated it with a school that was down the street,
Okay.
a quote unquote white school.
Uh huh. Okay.
Uh,
So
but
integrated after you had graduated.
yeah,
Is when they integrated. Okay, and what about your mother and father? Let's start at that point because we need to know where this thing all started, and it couldn't have started without them with you. So give us a
well,
little bit
no,
about your parents and
well, my my mother and father were born in Halifax County.
okay.
Okay. Uh, as a matter of fact, all my family traced back to a small town in Halifax County
Hmm.
called Brinkleyville.
Okay,
It's right. You might know about Hollister now
I know we're
because of
Hollister.
the Hollawasaponi
Okay.
tribe there,
Hmm.
but it's just in that general vicinity.
Okay.
Uh, my father was a sharecropper.
Okay.
Uh, you know, my mother was a housewife.
Hmm. Okay.
uh, there's, I guess, they were good parents to me,
Hmm.
but there's nothing spectacular about their lives that I know about.
Right. Maybe that they didn't tell you. Because
No, they didn't.
back then, the folks they kept a lot of secrets. Even on my side of the
Oh,
family, they kept a
oh
lot
yeah,
of secrets. So
yeah.
yeah, and
They didn't talk a lot, did they?
right, no, and some of that could have been out of protection. The way things were for us. I'm thinking just my way of thinking. I don't know, but how many sisters and brothers did you have coming up?
Okay, I have one sister still living, and I have a brother that died when I was a very young man. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I had just started school,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
uh, uh, other than that, and I didn't grow up around a lot of family.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Matter of fact, I had other than my mother was a well, my mother was a only child.
Okay.
Okay. My father was an only child. Uh, but so my mother's mother died shortly after giving childbirth to her.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, matter of fact, my mother didn't, well, I don't know what my mother knew, but I didn't know who my grandfather was.
Okay.
Okay. And that one of the things that started me on a genealogy journey
Mm-hmm.
is I wanted to know who he was.
Okay.
And my mother grew up with her aunt as a sister. So I still call them aunt, even though they're my great aunts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did call them that.
Yeah.
But, and the, other than the, the few aunts, my mother's aunts that I used to go visit regularly down in Nash County, I didn't have much family.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I did later on. I found out just that uh, the majority of the people in that area are somehow related. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and in fact, I didn't know I had any relatives at the school I went to.
Really.
Um, since found out different about that, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I guess you live, you learn.
Yeah.
That's where you do things. You want to learn
Mm-hmm.
about them.
That's right. That's right.
Uh,
What was it like
what was it
growing up
like
as
growing
say
up
as a
as
kid
say as a kid
in Nash
in
County?
Nash County?
You know,
You know,
you're
well,
really
Franklin
Franklin.
County.
Okay.
Okay,
Franklin County.
Franklin
Yeah.
County. Yeah, it's just a minor technicality there because it was just right across the Nash County line.
Okay.
It's you probably wouldn't even know it when you go if you missed that little sign they had there.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, we moved quite frequently because of this. I don't know if you know about sharecropping, but
Mm-hmm. I do.
sharecropping is it's a hard life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I guess it depends on where you can find a shack to live in
Mm-hmm.
and somebody that needs some labor.
Right.
Uh, uh, but you know, all in all, my childhood, I had a very guarded childhood. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's guarded in that I was not aware of the world around me.
Right.
Uh, uh,
Yeah.
I was, and I guess my mother and father always provided for me.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't have none of the luxuries in life, but you know, I don't, and I still don't value real luxuries in life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah. When you say
my father,
not to cut you off, but when you say when with sharecropping was hard and how you would you moved a lot and you would move into the a shack or whatever shack you can move in. But see and see I can understand that. I can feel that because although we are 10 years apart, about 10 years apart, I would say. And not to
yeah,
I'll tell my story later, but I do want to relate some of what I'm feeling with you. Is that my upbringing at the time that I lived in Franklinton, we lived in what I would call a shack. I mean, no running water. Um, I remember sitting around with oil lamps and candles and stuff like that. Is that kind of what you
wood
referring
heaters,
to? Huh?
wood heaters.
Wood, oh man, wood heaters. Yes, sir. My mama cooked on a wood stove.
Yeah, no,
You
I ain't
know.
talking about a wood stove now. I'm talking about in the living room you had that wood heater.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wood heater. Well, we had a stove in the kitchen that my mother cooked on, and I remember there was a stove in there. I guess you call it their bedroom. I mean, the house or the little shack was no more than I guess a box with that was cut off into four different sections: a kitchen or what you would call a living room. My mother and father had a bedroom, and then there was a room in the back where me and my two sisters slept in. So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Well,
did you ever see that movie, the Color Purple?
of course.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I think I was watching with my kids, and when it was raining, and that how they had all of the little mayonnaise jars and stuff out catching the rain. They were laughing. I said, I didn't see anything funny, because I've been there and done that.
Well, well, I can remember, you know, e- 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 you didn't have plates and stuff.
Mm.
You ate out of whatever will hold your food.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh, that was very early in my life, but
Mm-hmm.
later on, I think we must have obtained some plates from someplace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that very early on. Matter of fact, uh, you know what lard is?
Yeah. Yeah, from the hog.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you used to have lard in a big stand. We call it a tub or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And as a child, I can remember getting on a lard stand to wash dishes in the kitchen.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
uh,
How did you get your water?
out of the well.
You actually had a well?
You took a bucket out to the well and you drove the water.
Uh-huh.
Uh, some I thought it was a luxury. I don't know if you know what a pump is,
Oh
but
man, yeah. Yeah, I know what a pump is.
that was a luxury to have a pump.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I was talking to my sister Martha, the one that you talked with a while back, a couple of weeks ago, and we were
mhm.
talking about the pump. Uh, there was a pump. I think it was. I don't know if we had. I think she said we had a pump, but I
You had to
remember
prime
there
them.
was. Oh yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to get to. You have to prime that pump sometime, right?
Yeah,
To get that water out of it,
yeah.
which meant that you couldn't use all of the water that you had in the house, because if you used all the water you had, you couldn't take any with you to bring some back.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, and like you say, what priming the pump. And let me ask you a question. Ben, you said that because Martha and I was talking about that priming that pump. Did you learn anything from that? From having to, you know, keep some water on hand to keep that, to take to that pump to get something out of it?
I don't know if I learned anything from it. You know that your resources are valuable.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
uh, but you always had and they had that bucket of water
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen
Yes.
with the dipper.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if everybody used that same dipper.
Same dipper. The same dipper. Yes, sir. Sure did. Yeah.
It's wonder half of folks didn't die.
Well, I don't remember being sick that much, Mac. To be honest with you, I'm quite sure there was some sickness going on, but I just can't recall much of that coming up as a kid.
No,
Yeah.
I used to like to pretend I was sick when I got, well, let's say around 10 or so.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I wanted to stay home for, but I wanted to stay home. And uh, one time, my mother, I pretended sick. As soon as the bus went along, I get up, I'm running around. My mother got that castor oil out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever had that stuff or not, but that'll cure your sickness. Let me tell
Kill you
you.
real quick. There was something else they used. Was it 3 6 6s, or you ever heard of that? Something like that. I remember a bottle that had
No,
some.
we had black dwarf and castor
And
oil.
I remember the black draw, and yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, that would heal you up pretty quick. It sure
Yeah.
would. Yeah. Now let me ask you, in where you lived out there, what was it like as far as neighbors? What was your closest neighbor? Did you have other kids that were living out there that you
Well,
played with?
initially, no, Chester, because the first house we lived in, I don't remember any black neighbors. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and we didn't play with the white kids that
Mm-hmm.
were with the man that I always thought he owned the land, but I later found out that he was just leasing the land. So
Okay.
but then I had a at one point, matter of fact, when I graduated from high school or around that time, I had a very good friend uh, named QW. He
Mm-hmm.
got killed in an auto accident.
Mm.
Matter of fact, the year I went in the Air Force,
Okay.
uh, and that was the only friend that I had
Mm-hmm.
growing up. Uh, I had another friend that I liked that was QW's cousin actually, but he was like my best friend in school.
Okay.
So I had a school friend, but they didn't live close to us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, understand we never had a car,
Okay.
so you didn't be going too far.
Mm-hmm.
You get somebody to take you to town on one Saturday a month.
Okay.
You know,
To get what the shop for
yeah, I guess we went to the Piggly Wiggly and you buy like a sack of flour and
mm-hmm.
a few other uh, necessities, but you
Okay.
didn't buy a lot of food,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't eat a lot of what I call light bread.
Okay.
We cooked our own biscuits and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So
I don't.
did you go to town? Let's say so you weren't that far from Lewisburg. Did you go to town to the movie theater and
Oh,
as you got
well,
older
when you say
into
not far, 15 miles is a good distance when you ain't got
well
a
you say
car.
you didn't have a car. That's right.
and
So
but at some point, I don't remember the circumstances, but I do remember going to a drive-in movie a
mm-hmm.
couple of times
Uh-huh.
uh, in Lewisburg, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have went to a movie or two in
Mm-hmm.
Lewisburg at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And at the point when I went, the quote unquote color folks had to go upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and it was segregated. You
That's
couldn't
right.
sit with the white folks.
That's what I wanted to ask
Uh,
you about. Yeah, because that's the way it
yeah,
was. Well, of course, yeah. I guess it was like that all over the South. And
yeah.
that's kind
Well,
of strange that they would have it set up like that. That it put you up top. Because I'll tell you the truth. In Franklinton, when I remember as a small kid, and we used to go there, and when the movie was over, those white folks sitting down there, they caught it, man. Whatever was coming down from the top. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I
So,
well, I don't know. You know, we never had. If we went to the movie, we didn't have the luxury of buying anything to throw.
uh
Okay,
huh.
and
Okay.
if
Okay.
you bought something, you consumed it. All
You
right.
consumed it. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the bus station was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they had matter of fact, like you said, everything was
Yeah.
the doctor's office. They
Yeah.
had a color waiting room and a white waiting room.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I just thought that was I don't know. I guess as a child, since my mother and father never said anything about
It
it,
was normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's normal.
It was normal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
we had a little hot dog stand in the little town of Franklinton there, where we go there to get a hot dog if you had the money to get one, and you couldn't go inside. They had a little window that you could go around to the
yeah,
side and order it. But you walk by the front and in the window there, you see the white people in there eating, and
yeah.
there's a
Well,
bunch of
there's a somewhat popular restaurant called Gardner's in Rocky Mount.
mm-hmm.
It's a barbecue restaurant,
Okay.
and growing up, black folks could not go inside and eat.
Right.
They had a window, like you said, around side.
Mm-hmm.
They go, and like in the summer, they had a couple of picnic tables out there that you could sit in and sit at and eat. But you know, uh, you wouldn't. Everything was segregated when
Uh-huh.
I grew up. Everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. White and the colored signs and yeah,
yeah,
the water fountains, like
water
you said,
fountain,
everything. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And
uh,
see, the thing with me, you and I, where things kind of went a little bit different. See, I actually left Franklinton when I was about 7 years old. Right
okay.
after, I remember it was right after JFK got assassinated, because that's one of the things that kind of stick in my head. Around the time frame when my mom left my dad. So, of course, the signs disappeared, the white and the colored
Yeah,
signs. I went to an integrated school in Baltimore, and it was like almost like a culture shock to me at that time. And I had a really hard time going to school in Baltimore. Um, but yeah, that's just totally like a different world. On my pre-call, when I talked to you first time, you had said something about going. You go to Lewisburg. They should tell. I think you say your teachers so would tell you guys how to act. Now, were you going on
oh
like
yeah.
like a school trip, or I mean,
Oh no, no.
what's
Well,
behind
we
that?
later on. I mean, but this is just this not in a school trip. This was just in the school. They would tell you you know how black folks were expected to act.
Hmm.
Okay,
Now wait,
I
hold on. Now,
mean,
now where was the school? You told me the school name was Perry School. Was that that was in Lewisburg?
not proper,
Okay, kind of on the
but
outside. Okay,
oh, well, 10, 15 miles from Lewisburg, but a Lewisburg address.
okay. All right. I'm gonna let you pick up where you left off about they tell you how to act.
Well,
Yeah.
just the teachers, you know, they would tell you if you were dressed inappropriately,
Mm-hmm.
they they would straighten you out. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, uh, they I guess they let you know the they had expectations of you.
These your teachers, you're saying your
Well,
teacher.
well, yeah.
Uh huh.
Uh, I guess they taught you more than just the reading, writing, and arithmetic.
When
They,
now were they black or
oh,
they
yeah, all
okay,
of them,
okay,
every one of
gotcha, okay.
them.
But they never would explain those white and colored signs, and I mean
Well,
nothing.
Chester, they might have came up
Mm-hmm.
uh, when I was growing up, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I mean, and you graduated from high school
yes,
in that area.
yeah,
So, and it was that way all the way until you graduated high school.
yes,
Those signs and
yeah,
the way that we were supposed to interact with the other race and that kind of a
yeah,
thing. So it
yeah.
stayed basically the same all the way up to the time you graduated
Yeah.
high school.
So, the
Mm.
only thing I don't remember now, I'm not saying they didn't do it, but we didn't have a school counselor.
Right.
Well, I don't remember one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember any education on how to get into college
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, even apply for loans or
Right.
none of that. It just, uh, I just thought, I guess high school was the end of it.
Was the end of it.
Uh,
Uh huh.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so
So.
I don't know. I, I don't know what kind of job I was hoping to get or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But anyway, when the Air Force recruiter came through, my eyes lit up like Christmas trees.
You saw a way out. You
Oh,
saw a way out.
hey, well, yeah, yeah. The last year I was in school, uh, I managed to have acre of tobacco that I had great hopes of provide me some economic uh, opportunity.
So you
Uh,
so you had your own you had your own acre of tobacco that you wanted to
yeah, but you
cultivate.
got to understand that was sharecrop with the man.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Mhm.
yeah, you know, it was, but it was my acre of tobacco.
Okay.
So I, I had great hopes of getting a car,
Mhm.
wearing lots of new clothes to school the next year.
From that 1 acre.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
I think all said and done, I made $45 that year.
Good gracious, man.
Uh, I said,
Hmm.
and that's when I told my dad. I said, "Well, you could put another crop in the ground if you want to, but I don't know where I'm going to be, but I ain't going to be
You had to go. Now
here."
you now again you were the oldest?
Yes, I'm the oldest
Okay.
and the only living boy.
Okay. I got you.
Uh,
Mhm.
my brother was the baby.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh,
I see.
but hey, I don't know. It just and, and to this day, I don't know none of the white folks that lived around us.
Mhm. Okay.
You know, I know they had kids, but I never knew them.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, I know my wife grew up a little bit different than that.
Now, you told your dad you was going to go to into the military. How did
No,
he?
I told him I was leaving.
Oh, you didn't tell him you was going to the military?
No,
You just
I hadn't seen the halfway through at the time.
Oh, okay. You'd already made your mind you was going somewhere. Just you leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. So now is your wife from the same area that you
Yes,
so
she went to the same school.
now so you left you left the area, you went into the military, correct?
Yeah.
Were you married when you left?
Oh no, no, no.
So
Irene and I were dating,
mm-hmm.
but and matter of fact, we didn't get married till 4 years after I got out of school.
Oh really? To have
Yeah,
4 years after what?
I got out of school.
So you got out of okay. So you was in the military already for 4 years
Yes,
before you got married. You left
yes.
her where was she living?
They're in well, Lewisburg.
In Louis okay. Okay.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Well,
well, she actually after she got out of school, I think she got out of '67. I got out of '69,
uh-huh.
No, man. But 65. Yeah, I got out of '65. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
She got out of '67.
67. Okay.
Yeah.
So you joined
She
you
came up
joined
here to Massachusetts for a while after she got out of the school.
mm-hmm. Okay. But you went into the Air Force. Where was your first duty assignment?
My first duty assignment, believe it or not, Chester, was an Air Force base without a flight line.
Really?
Yeah, Orlando Air Force Base. It was a missile training wing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I guess, well, it's now part of McCoy. Was McCoy. McCoy's probably closed now, too.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. So how long were you stationed there?
Let me see. I left there 67.
67.
So 2 years. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a year and a half.
Now, let me ask you this: coming from Franklin County, with all of that was going on, and I don't. Well, like I say, you and I from two different eras. I know they didn't have things were things kind of segregated in the military when you first went in.
No,
So how was that? That was like a culture shock to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that. How was it when you know, say when you first went into the military?
I don't know. I guess I was a little apprehensive, just I don't know. I stayed to myself a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but well, one thing is, you know, I didn't really fit into the black community either. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because of my complexion. All right.
Mm-hmm. Now let me. So are you part Indian?
Uh, you mean legally?
Well,
Yes.
okay. Yeah. I mean, you. I don't know how to put this. I mean, yeah, you don't look. How can I say this, Matt?
Well,
You know,
that's all right, Chester.
yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, you don't look
Yeah.
like that what we consider the average black person. You know, people say the same thing about me sometimes. They think I'm from over in India somewhere. You know, a lot of folks. So yeah, I mean, you
Well,
know, so you know what we would think of when we say the average black person. I mean, I don't mean to
well,
sound racist or
yeah.
whatever, but
Well,
you
that's
know,
all
I'm a
right.
black man. I'm a black man, but I'm just saying, you know.
I am too, and always have been,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like you,
Mm,
but surprisingly enough, now getting into genealogy, my like fifth great grandfather was rumored to be of East Indian descent.
okay.
There's a guy named James Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have yet to prove that. Okay,
Okay.
I've seen some documentation and stuff like that
Uh-huh.
where he was sued in court, and it's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've done a Y DNA test trying to get back to that male Weaver,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and it hasn't produced anything yet. But
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
It takes a while.
Yeah. So like you said, you when you first went in, I mean, um yeah, I mean, again, tell me how was it? How was it, you know, fitting in, you know?
Like I said, it's I don't know that it was. I don't remember it being racist. Okay.
Okay. It
was. But you know, in the barracks, you know, we had mixed people, but then later on, I attribute that to the people assigning rooms not knowing who I was.
Did you feel any kind of a discrimination in, say, your early days in the Air Force? You know, as far as
no, Chester, but then, you know, I was an admin, so there would be 2 or 3 people in the office, okay?
Okay.
And most of the time, well, the commander was always white. The first sergeant was always white.
Okay.
And the other person would be, you know, probably in the orderly room, would probably be white too. So, you know,
okay.
So unless you go into the room, for the lack of a better explanation, acting like you something else.
I got you.
You know, I don't know. I guess that's the only way I can explain it.
I understand. Yeah. So so give me so your first base again was what did you say that was at a missile site,
Missile
Correct.
training wing.
missile training.
Yeah, we would. Well, I guess we were training people to go up to the Dakotas, and when they used to have the missile silos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, training people on those things.
Okay.
Uh,
And how long did you stay there?
a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Hmm.
And from there, where did you go?
I went to Pope.
Oh, you're at Pope Air Force Base. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I got you. Okay. And how long were you at Pope?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Now I mean, that sounds like more like a TDY versus that wasn't a PCS change.
It was.
Permanent change. That was a permanent change of station.
Yeah.
Really? For
Yeah.
6 months.
Yep.
You must have got shipped overseas or something after that.
I did.
Okay.
I shipped to the Philippines.
Okay. Okay. How long were you at the PI?
18 months.
Okay. How'd you like it there? And again, well, before we get to that, how was that culture shock? Going from from where you come from, coming into the military. So you had been in the military about 2 years at that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then going to the Philippines, totally different race of people. Everybody basically the same there. I mean, the Filipinos, right? I mean, but then again, now I mean there are some black and I guess you call them black and white Filipinos. I know when I was in Panama, they were black and white Panamanians. So
Yeah.
but
Well,
tell me about the. I never made it to the Philippines. Tell me about it.
Well, the thing I remember most, I guess, is we had a black general.
You had a black general?
Yeah, but was it Benjamin O. Davis?
Okay, don't ring a bell, but go ahead.
Okay, but and they had they used to train the paratroopers there.
Okay.
Out back.
Mm-hmm.
The Negrito, they had a Negrito village,
Mm-hmm.
and that name is exactly like it sounds. They were black Filipinos,
Okay.
and they were tribal. Okay.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you. In saying that, did you notice a difference in the way that they treated that the Filipinos, the natives there, treated those group of people versus the other lighter complected Filipinos?
No, there was no interaction between the two.
No interaction at all between the two.
No.
Really, but they were all Filipinos.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Negritos out back, you didn't see them except for one or two maybe.
So they had that segregation going on big time over there. Okay.
And when I say tribal, I mean tribal.
I got you. Okay.
You didn't go back there and mess with those folks. And like I said, they trained the Air Force paratroopers in survival.
Okay. So, I got you. So they were in the jungle. That's where they did the jungle training. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Then see, after that, where did I go? I think I went to McCord after that.
Came back to McCord. That's in that's on the west coast. Okay. How long were you there?
What the year two.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. What year was that? Can you remember?
No. It would have been 68, 69.
68, 69.
68.
68. And what city, McCord, what city is that? What's Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah,
Pretty big city.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm quite sure wasn't no too much, segregation going on there that you could actually put your hands on. I mean,
Well,
if you mingled around in the city.
yeah. Well, I there again, I didn't go downtown that much,
Hmm.
and it's still the first, my first memory of a real issue with race was actually in Vietnam.
Hmm.
Uh,
Now, what year was that? Were you in Vietnam?
that was the year of 1970.
1970. Well, okay. Now, before you go to 1970 in Vietnam, let me see. In 68, where were you about 68?
That would have been leaving the Philippines, going to McCoy.
Okay. Now that's about the time Martin Luther King was assassinated. So I'm just wondering if anything that, did you feel any temperature change with anything going on at that period, if you
I
remember?
didn't notice anything.
Okay. All right. So then you went to Vietnam, you said, right? And that's what tell me about the Vietnam. I came in 75, and I think that's when they were actually pulling, well, they started pulling out. You probably know more about it than me, but
Well,
coming out of
they actually
Vietnam.
started the beautification project. That's
Hmm.
where they took down all the sandbags around the hooches, and made the place, what they call it, beautification.
Okay.
I call it endangering your life.
I got you. But what take me back before they started doing that when you first went to Vietnam, and tell me about that. What was it like? Because I never made it to that part of the world.
That was probably, like I said, that was the first time I ran into out racist.
Hmm.
It was a guy. It was my first sergeant. I worked for him,
Okay.
and he did not know I was black.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
And one day, I think we had a fight or something at one of the shops or something.
Okay.
And there were a couple of black guys and maybe a couple of white guys were involved in it.
Hmm.
And the first sergeant made some comment about the niggers trying to take over, and something like that.
Okay.
And we had a training guy there, a training NCO,
Hmm.
who knew my race. Now,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why he knew it, but he knew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not something that, first of all, Chester, it's not something I try to hide from anybody.
Understand. Right.
But I don't make it a point to tell you that my race is this either.
Yeah. Understand.
It's I don't know. Anyway, the first sergeant's name was James E. Snellgrove from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a lot of names or a lot of people from a lot of places, but I remember him.
I understand. Yeah.
The guy took him aside, and I guess the first sergeant must thought I was going to get him in some trouble or something. And in retrospect, I should have went to somebody and got him sanctioned, hand slapped.
I understand. Yeah.
But I didn't.
I understand. So, yeah.
But other than, and I think that's probably about the only out and out racist I've encountered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, did it exist? Of course it did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 I'm just wondering, what it was like for you coming, during that period, because, I didn't notice too much, in my time. I stayed in 24 years, and it was pretty basically, pretty smooth sailing, for me, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. but overall, what I mean, what was it like in Vietnam? I mean, period. You know, the people there, and did you? I mean, I know you say you were an admin, right? I think you
Well,
told me you
I was
did
an
some Red
admin.
Horse. You did some Red Horse stuff, and
Well, I
you
was in a
know,
Red Horse unit.
okay,
Okay. And as an admin, I rarely did an admin work. You probably
okay,
catch me on a forklift somewhere
uh-huh.
or driving a truck somewhere.
I got you.
Uh, but, town, the city of Da Nang was off limits
Why is
the
that?
whole time I was there.
Why was that?
Why was that?
Yeah.
It was dangerous.
Okay. Now, being that it was off limits, well, off limits means that no one, soldiers there. Did any of the soldiers, take that risk of going into Da Nang?
I
I mean,
I don't know of any, but I'm sure that I also worked at the club
uh-huh.
here, and part of the duties were on occasion we would drive into the city of Da Nang and
Mm-hmm.
pick up a band, but that was always we just go in, pick the band up, bring them back to the base. They perform. At the end of the night, we take them back and bring them back.
Okay. I
But
got you.
most of the time there was some kind of a time clock on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You only had 30 minutes to do this.
Mm-hmm. How long a trip was that?
Oh, minutes. I mean,
Just minutes.
I say 30 minutes. It could have been 45.
Uh-huh.
But
so you did some driving around in Vietnam. I mean, now was any of that with doing convoy or
oh no,
with Red Horse, or do you just short runs?
A Jeep.
Okay, I got you. I got you. So you didn't actually get into any firefights, anything like that?
Oh no. I know.
Okay.
The closest thing I came to a firefight is a buddy of mine that worked at the club.
Mm-hmm.
He had a son that was up north, was a Marine.
Okay.
And one time, for whatever reason, we decided we're going to go up and see his son.
Mm-hmm.
And we got on the helicopter, and them guys locked the machine guns down. Well, I said, Lord have mercy, I made a mistake. But we went up by helicopter.
Okay.
And we hitchhiked back by ground transport.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how far was that?
Something, I don't know. It was probably 20 miles or so, but it'd take you 2 or 3 hours to get that.
Now, I mean, the war was still going on at that point, right?
Yes.
So that was pretty dangerous, I would assume.
Oh, it was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any weapons?
No.
No weapons?
No.
Wow.
Something, I spent 26 years in the Air Force,
mm-hmm.
and I never had a weapon. The only time I ever handled a weapon was when we do it training.
Okay.
Range training.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you did that.
Oh, yeah. Now, I was in logistics my whole career. I was had a tour short tour in Egypt. And
this thing ain't working, is it? Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. And I had the I guess the duty of having to help guard the flight line, part of in Cairo, and carrying around M16. And at the checkpoint that I was working in was with some other Egyptians. And I mean, those guys, man, no discipline. Those armies. I mean, I'll just say it at that point, those guys, no discipline whatsoever. And I mean, man, they were playing. I guess the checkpoint we all was in was like a little building. And man, those guys playing with the guns and wanting to get their hands on my weapon and all of that. And after that first night, I might have to tell my CO man, I said, look, I can't go back to that checkpoint because something's gonna happen. These guys, they too aggressive, they unsafe, and I just can't operate like that. So they moved me, but yeah, that's about the extent, as far as me carrying a weapon in the Air Force. But other than that, I just logistics, a lot of with the trucks and the heavy equipment, loading planes and stuff like that. You said you were at Seymour at one point, right?
Yeah.
When were you at Seymour Johnson?
Well, what happened was I was in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and my wife's father got ill, had a
Okay.
heart attack. So I asked for a humanitarian reassignment.
Mhm.
And so I was assigned to Seymour. Actually, I retired from Seymour
Okay.
in 91.
90,
So,
okay, I got you.
And that was kind of like we used to ride up to the Lewisburg area often there. So
Mm-hmm.
I never got to see much of Goldsboro.
I got you. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss
Uh,
nothing. No, not much there. Now, when you were at Seymour, though, now I was there at 75 to 79. They had the B-52s and the KC-135s and the F-4s at that time. Now, when
I
you were
think they had
there,
F4s and
you still had the F-4s
KC-10s?
when you were there, or did they have the F-15s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they had KC-10s. That the refueler?
Well, the KC-10 does refuel, but that KC-135s.
No, they didn't have the
Okay.
135s.
Okay, KC-10s. Okay,
Uh,
135s were there when I was there. And so that's the wing. I worked with the bombers and the 135s when I was there from 79 to 75 as a
Okay.
logistics
It
guy.
could have been
And I was
135.
working. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I was there for
Yeah. Matter
4
of fact,
years.
you know what, Chester?
Mhm.
They brought the F-15s in when I was there.
Okay, I got you. How long were you there?
So I think I went there at 87, 88. 88. So I was there 3 years.
Okay, got you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I remember now that they brought the F-15 in.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of I worked for the wing commander there.
Okay.
And that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. You work for the wing commander?
Yeah.
Oh, you high profile, man.
No.
Huh?
I'm just a flunky.
You've just well, you had been running things at that point.
Well, no, they had a captain in there,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but it was go down to the supply squad and get the wing commander's jacket, set up the wing commander's flight itinerary.
Tough duty. You had it tough, didn't you, Matt?
Yeah. And we had a lot of visitors.
Uh-huh.
So whenever a visitor was coming and they stay at the quarters, you go to the quarters, make sure the quarters were nice and clean.
Yeah.
Leave a fruit basket.
Oh my God. Man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound like pretty rough duty to me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So but now take me back now to you you went in, you had already met your wife.
Yeah.
Now you went back, and of course you married your wife, right?
Well, we got married right before I went to Vietnam.
Okay, before you went to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
En route to Vietnam, I left Washington, and we got married here in Springfield. Well, in Springfield, while I was on the way to Vietnam.
Okay.
And then we left Vietnam and we went to Germany.
Well, when you say we,
well, I did, and that's the first place we lived together.
The first place you lived together was where?
Lived together was in Germany.
Was in Germany. Oh, you went to Germany. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
4 years.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does she feel about that traveling, leaving the Carolinas, or was she in the Carolinas?
Yeah.
Okay. How
Well,
did
I think my wife always was ready for it. She really liked it. You know,
hmm
if she embraced it. Okay.
Okay.
So, uh, matter of fact, some of the friends we met in Germany are still friends to this day. We don't stay in constant contact, but
hmm
uh,
hmm
you know,
What part of Germany was it? What
we
base?
were at Pittsburgh.
Bitburg.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they later on sent me to Spangdahlem,
Okay.
which is, but I lived at Pittsburgh base housing.
Okay. Yeah. Now, see, that's a place I never made a permanent duty. Going through, going TDY, fly through, refuel, and head on to wherever we were going, in Germany, but never had any permanent change of stations in that part of the world in
Oh, is that
Germany.
right?
Oh,
Well, we did 4 years in Holland too.
really? How was that?
Yeah. Oh, that was plush.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the lifestyle there. They
Yeah.
take up the sidewalks on Saturday at noon.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now I looked to TDY and the Azores, and just a totally different kind of, like you said. I mean, just my experience that, that's probably somewhere I could probably, live at a place like that. You know.
Oh,
My
Yeah.
daughter is Portuguese.
Oh, you said your daughter lives. You said your daughter is.
my daughter-in-law is Portuguese.
Oh, she is. Oh,
Yeah.
so where is she? She from the mainland, or she's from
Well,
from the
she's
island?
born here in the States, but she's
Okay.
They were from
Portuguese.
Lisbon.
With Portuguese descent.
Uh-huh.
So my granddaughter is Portuguese.
Okay.
If you see the picture, the shorter one, the younger one.
Yeah, the one I commented on the other day. I think
Yeah,
you posted. Yeah. Yeah. There's some good looking young ladies, man. Yeah. So those are your granddaughters, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's your son's daughters?
Yeah. My
Uh-huh.
oldest son, the one
Uh-huh.
that lives here.
Okay. I got you. And you live in was it Boston now, right?
I live in Chicopee. Boston is eastern Mass. I'm in western Mass.
Western Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's all of
Uh-huh.
100 miles. Okay.
Okay.
So
I got
not
you.
a very big state.
Uh-huh. Okay. So how many children between you and with you and your wife? How many?
Two,
Two, and how many grandkids?
three.
3 grandkids. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Now I call them kids, but they are grown. Correct.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, the youngest grandchild is 18.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got great grands?
No,
No great grands yet?
no.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, you just said the oldest is 18. The oldest grand is 18. Gotcha.
No, the youngest grand is 18.
Oh, the youngest. Well, how old's the oldest?
30.
Okay. No kids yet from the 30-year-old.
No.
Mm-hmm. What they waiting for?
I'm not rushing them, Chuck.
Did I rush them?
No. I subscribe to the thing that if you bring a child in this world, be prepared to take care of it. So
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't gonna rush you to do that. You live your life, and when you bring a child in, be
Mhm.
prepared to give your life up.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah. Let me see, man. What else I want to get out of you while I got you on here? I'm gonna probably have to come back and look. I'm gonna have to go through this
Okay.
tape and revisit. See what we did here tonight, because I'm quite sure we probably skip some things, but we do need to have a closing. So let me ask you. Let's see. Today's Tuesday, right? You want to come back maybe Thursday or Friday evening?
That's
you
fine
got
with me.
or we can come back next week. It's up to you.
Uh, Either one of those is fine with me.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'll go through what we've done here tonight so far and kind of put a little bit together and see what else I want to pick your brain on because I think I wanted to go in a chronological order some, but I think we skipped a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, well,
But-
yes, sometimes you skip because some of those years go by real fast.
Go by real fast. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Uh,
But but I did enjoy talking to you tonight, and I've got some out of you what I wanted to hear.
now,
Not want to stick on the racial thing, but I really just wanted to ask you about see
yeah,
how
well,
that kind of
I
stuff
was
was
going to
for you.
say that if you're looking for a racial I don't. I have not experienced that to a great.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean that's a good thing, Mac. That's a good thing, But I
Just,
just
I
mhm.
wanted Mac to give Martha my number so she can call me if she wants to.
You said give her your number.
Yes.
Go, give it to me.
413
41
331
331
4022.
4022. Okay.
And
I,
I was talking to my baby sister the other day, and I was telling her about talking to Martha, and she was telling me that the cousin that she was always around was Emily.
Emily.
Yeah.
That name
Uncle
sounds familiar.
Rose's daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, was Emily because she passed away from diabetes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
have to talk to Martha then, and I'll talk to you all later.
Okay, good. I'll send her the information this evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good evening.
Same to you.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
Mac, that's a good thing, man, that you didn't as far as well, like you say, in your hometown and even in the military, you didn't, that's
Well, we were
good.
segregated.
Mm-hmm.
In my hometown, we were segregated. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know anything about Ku Klux Klan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm sure they were there.
Right. But you never
but
had had any interaction with or seen
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess if you go looking for it, you can find it, can't
Right. Yeah. If you look for it, you find it. And again, that could be, mom and dad protecting you from that mess, also,
you? Yeah.
So and
Well,
that's
my mother was probably whiter than me.
mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Now, so now what was her ethnicity? Was she Indian or was she a white lady?
She didn't go for white.
Mm-hmm.
We all were. I don't know if you know what the term "free people of color" means.
No, I don't. Tell me. What is
It just means that people that were never enslaved.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, they were always free people.
Free. Okay. Now, and really, I've never heard that term, or maybe it went over my head, but
No,
yeah.
well,
So I'm learning.
it's-
I'm learning something tonight.
Well, it's a common term amongst people doing family research.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure Martha knows the term.
Free people of color.
Yeah, FPOC.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But and I'm finding that a lot of the people out of the Halifax County area
Mm-hmm.
were free people. They
Okay.
were never enslaved. Now,
Gotcha.
Warren County is a totally different story.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Now, when I was living in Henderson, I used to, my teenage years before I went into the military, and I had a little car, and I used to go out towards the Halifax area, kind of thing. Was it Enfield and out in that area?
yeah.
Now,
Enfield.
I thought and I could be wrong. I thought they were mainly Indian more
Well,
of an Indian because I used to like them little Indian girls. I call them Indian girls out there, so
well,
that lighter complected skin, so that was
well,
part of my territory, man, on Sundays, after church,
well,
so
uh, well, a lot of them are my complexion, have
mm-hmm.
the green eyes,
Yes, yep,
my
yep.
wife's complexion.
Okay.
I call it the Hollister look. Okay.
Uh-huh. But they're not
but-
Indian. Because I
well,
always
yes,
thought,
a lot of them are.
uh-huh.
A lot of them go for Indian.
Well, and I'm reluctant to say they are
Uh-huh.
because a lot of people don't believe they are, but
Okay.
they have a tribe there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's not a federally recognized tribe, but they have a tribe there, and
Okay.
a lot of my folks are enrolled in that tribe.
I got you. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of family
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know if you've ever been to a powwow or not, but
No, I haven't.
okay. Well, you got the tribe that's right down the street from you in Lumberton.
I was going to bring those up. Yeah, the Lumbee Indians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of
They come to our powwows.
yeah.
Oh, do
they
they?
all attend all powwows, and a lot of the Halawa or Lumbee have intermarried. So I've got some Lumbee people that I am related to.
I got you. Now, do you attend the powwow still?
I went to the one last year
Where was it? Where was it located?
in Hollister.
Okay. So, well, now the next time you have one, let me know.
Well, I think
mean,
it's the third week in April. I will definitely let you know.
You planning on going?
I don't know if I'm going this year or not. I would like to go, but
Mm-hmm.
the last year was the first time I went,
Okay.
and I didn't go prepared for what I was presented.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take a chair.
Okay. I got you.
It's because the benches are hard.
Uh-huh. Now we got 5 minutes, but look, tell me what is a powwow? What's the
It's
gist
a
of it?
gathering of Native Americans where they dance and sing, and they have crafts and stuff for sale.
I got you. Okay.
It's a fair.
I got you. Okay.
In fair.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'll send you a link to the web page,
Okay.
and in fact I'll send you some of the pictures that we took last year.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
And also I will send you a picture of the house, our first house I remember living in.
Yeah, send me that, man. I'd like to see that. I wish I had a picture of the one I lived in, because I mean it's wow. I mean, you probably wouldn't believe it, but my kids, if I showed it to them, they know, Daddy, you didn't live in that,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well,
But it is what it is,
yeah.
But yeah, I like to see that. I like to see that. Yeah.
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 In my office, matter of fact, the pictures out there in the garage now. I had a big 18 by 20 picture of the house.
Really?
And the guy used to always, well, one guy, I have to tell you that story another time.
Okay.
But,
well, next time you can tell me. Okay.
But he knew the story behind the house.
Mhm.
But anyway, I used to tell him it keeps me grounded. Whenever if I look up, see that house,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here now. I know I've come a long way.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no
Yes,
use
sir.
to worry about it.
I understand. I understand. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Matt, we got 3 minutes, so let's go ahead and shut it down, man. And what I do is I'll send you a message, and you see the Thursday or Friday, you be good.
Yeah.
Okay. And we might be able to finish up, man, and I can put something together, and
Right. I'll try to find some headphones that'll last more than 20 minutes.
Okay. We'll do that. Well, you did good. You did good with what you had. Yeah. Okay. But I appreciate talking to you tonight, man. And like I said, I'll get back with you and see you either Thursday or Friday night, but I'll send you a message here sometime tomorrow and let you know. See what,
No, we've got plenty.
what you say?
She said, if you need some snow, we got plenty.
Oh, did you? Wow. Man, we walking around out today with in short sleeves down here in the
No.
Carolinas.
Not
like-
here.
I'd like to see some snow. Well, yeah, yeah.
Come on up.
Okay. All right,
All
Mike.
right, Justin.
So look, so I'll be in touch, okay?
All right, but
All right, y'all have a good night.
mhm.
All right, bye-bye.